Understanding modern society's complexities requires insight from sociology, which reveal the hidden structures and cultural influences shaping our world. Hello, wonderful attendees. I'm your host, Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is navigating the complexities of modern society, insight from sociology perspectives. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day. Dr. Aswathi VK, Assistant Professor, School of Social Sciences and Languages, Lovely Professional University, with a PhD in Sociology from University of Kerala and has extensive research and teaching experience. Her research interests include aging and prospectory learning appraisal. So I would like to introduce Dr. Anthony Palakkal, Professor, Department of Sociology, University of Kerala, with extensive experience in teaching, research, and administration. He holds a PhD in sociology from the University of Kerala. His research interests span middle class identities in Kerala and social issues, earning him numerous awards and honors. So I would like to introduce admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Mohammad Saeed, CP, working as Senior Officer in Lovely Professional University. With over 5 years of experience in the field of career counseling and guidance, he assists 1,000 plus students in navigating their career paths and providing support to help them achieve their career goals. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions, you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the thanks to Dr. Aswathi and Dr. Anthony, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you, sir and ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. So at first I will be sharing the screen so that we will be starting. I hope that the screen
is the screen is visible. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. So, good morning, everyone. Today, our webinar will be discussing about the possibilities of the sociologists in academics as well as the research as well. So, today we have an eminent personality, Dr. Anthony Palakkal. Professor Anthony Palakkal. So, sir is having a vast knowledge in the area of the sociology and its different perspectives as well. As we all know that if we are pursuing sociology, we may be thinking that we are learning only the basic concepts and it is very easy to understand, and what may be the career prospects if we are taking this sociology and all. So today we will be having some sort of discussion regarding various queries that is what inside our mind, and sir will be able to giving us proper explanation and insights related to all these aspects. As we all know, our society is undergoing a process of societal changes. Various changes have been taken place in our society for the past few years. It is affecting the entire social structure or social organization. And so my first question is related to the change that has been taken place in the family structure. So how do this shifting family dynamics challenge the traditional norms surrounding marriage, parenthood, and gender roles within the communities? That is the first question that we are discussing today. And at the same time, we will be covering what are the effects of this changing family structures on institutions such as education, healthcare, and legal system. So, Anthony sir, could you please share your insights regarding this?
All again later. Dr. Ashwati, thank you so much. And I first, at the outset, let me extend my appreciation to the lovely university, in taking up an interactive session, in arranging this interactive session on navigating the complexities of modern society. This is very important, particularly for those students, those of us who are in the field of sociology. that it is completely, utterly the realm of sociology, the domain of sociology, to navigate, to understand, and then see the, the directions of addressing those complexities, to understand the complexities and addressing those complexities of our society, our contemporary society today. And therefore, I have my deep appreciation to lovely society, lovely university. Now, coming to our your question on the shifting family dynamics, challenging traditional norms, and so on. Now, let me have a brief introduction to our contemporary society that is termed as modern society. But now we are at the fag end in the sense of late modernity, that is now normally referred to as post-modernity, referring to the conditions consequent to modernity, in fact, and which is called juggernaut of modernity. That modernity as an engine of huge, powerful, and overwhelming change and force and power have radically changed the everyday lives of people, of humans, both at the micro and macro level. So the contemporary society is in a way drastically different from that of the so-called modern society, and we call it as post-modern society. And we are now talking about the challenges to the traditional norms surrounding marriage, parenthood, and gender roles, etc. Definitely, there are, that the present day society throws umpteen number of challenges to our conventional institutions of marriage, of our concept of parenthood and gender roles, etc. Family dynamics have definitely been changed. Increasing divorces, we are witnessing increasing divorces and increasing women-headed or single-parent families. We have, people breaking, particularly the youth, breaking the conventional formalities or norms of marriage, of family. They started living together. They start, living together arrangements or cohabitation arrangements, and so on and so forth. And lots of breakups in the family, lot of breakups, and that these changes throw umpteen number of challenges. As I've told you, the whole concept of marriage is being challenged. Children, especially girl children, demanding and exercising more freedom in families and marriages, when women are exercising, more exercising and affirming more freedom, and so on and so forth. Now, another important aspect of change is the change in the relationship of gender roles and gender relationships, particularly among the adolescents and youth. They have much more free and liberated kind of relationships that our youth, our youngsters, adolescents are now into. So there is mammoth change. Even the very notions of sex and sexuality have undergone changes. And all these throw a lot of challenges. And now, this is throwing, great challenge to us, the sociologists, or the students of sociology. And because we have to, we have to document, we have to capture these changes, capture these challenges, and then, try to explain the reasons why, the causes of these challenges, and also see the directions of these challenges taking us to, the world at large, our local societies, our own families, our neighborhood, and so on and so forth. So this is a great challenge to sociologists. Sociologists, I think, have the greater role in studying, understanding these changing dynamics. For the time being, I stop here. And this is throwing a lot of challenges on the institutions of education, healthcare, legal systems, and so on. Because of the breakups in the family, now we find, lots of mental issues, mental emotional problems. And our students, our children, college students, youth, they suffer from, a lot of mental, emotional trauma and challenges. Also physical, issues and challenges, and so on. So there is alarming increase of dropouts from the schools, particularly from single parents, whether single parents as only mothers or fathers and so on. A lot of dropouts are also happening in the educational institutions. So lots of crimes and divorce rates are increasing. Crimes, violence, etc., particularly among domestic violence and violence at the workplace. So all these point to our role, our responsibility, particularly students of sociology, and we need sociologists to take
Yes.
cognizance of these transformations, these changes and shifts, and give possible directions as to that we have to make our movement should be.
Exactly. Exactly, sir. So in our curriculum as well, we have included all these aspects for the students, especially for the
Um,
master students as well. And
Ashwati, can
also,
you give me 1 minute, just 1 minute, because I just noticed that my battery is getting very low. Let me
oh,
let
okay.
me get my charger. Just a
Sure,
minute. Just a minute.
sure, sir. So in LPU, we can see that in our curriculum, we have included so many basic concepts related to this sociology. And apart from that, as Anthony sir has mentioned, the issues related to the healthcare practices, legal system, we can see that medical sociology is one of the important emerging branch of the sociology as well. So students will be getting more job opportunities in healthcare system as well. So they can be working as the social counselors also. We have seen the psychology counselors, but at the same time, social counselors are also there. So definitely, they will be getting more job opportunities in different healthcare system. For example, the hospitals and primary health centers are there. Even there also, we can get more job opportunities. So in this way, the career prospects, if we are considering the career prospect of the sociologist, it's very broader one. That is the thing.
Ashwati, I'm back.
Yes,
Can
yes,
continue, and I let me take forward what you have just stopped. See what
yes,
ultimately this throws a lot of opportunities, as you said, job
exactly.
prospects for sociology students of sociology, and sociologists are of great demand. In this given scenario. Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly. So now we have to discuss about the social media platforms. This is also one of the emerging trend nowadays. Many of the youth are more into this social media platforms. So how are these social media platforms influencing the ways of people communicate and form their identities and build social relationships in today's society? This is also most important question that we have to discuss. And what are the ways do the increasing prevalence of this social media platforms impact the dynamics of this communication, identity construction, and interpersonal connections within the modern community? Because we are discussing about this postmodernism, modernism. So at the same time, how these things are affecting there as well. So could you please share your opinions regarding this?
Okay, see, this is another very significant, very important area, domain that we need to discuss, in our contemporary days. The spread of social media, the emergence of social media and the internet technology, which is regarded as the most transforming technology event. They say since the capture of fire, in the lives of humanity, in the lives of human beings, the society. There has not been a technological intervention and invention which has so influenced the destiny, desires, and transactions of humankind, you know, other than ICT, that is information communication technology, from which we have this social media, coming up. And so it has transformed, perhaps it has, simply transformed human connection, human communication, human collaboration world over. It's a revolutionary kind of revolutionary transformation, which is unprecedented in the history of humankind. So social media, has changed the whole, or the whole domain uh, of mass media communication platforms, breaking the very notion of mass media, and it has changed to social media. That social media has made, the whole mass media, the whole different modes of communication, particularly to the mass, to the larger group, into one unit, and mobile phones. That I'm cutting short. Mobile phones, now serve as the embodiment of this convergence of mass media, different mass media platforms like radio, whether it is audio or visual medium with different media. They have all wrapped up into one mode, one platform, that is social media platform, that has demassified the society at large, from stand alone to convergence. Earlier we had our access to mass media as single unit, single entities, either as audio or visual media platforms. Now everything is available in a single platform. That is the advantage of the huge advantage of social media. It has made our communication very, very interactive, dialogical, and participatory. And we are no more consumers only. We are also simultaneously producers. The mass social media gives us the advantage of ourselves becoming producers of communication, producers of information and news, and so on and so forth, that we can, communicate to larger groups, to individual groups, inter groups, and so on. Our opinions, our ideas, our images, our dreams, whatever that we want to. So we have also the new concept of prosumers in the context of social media. But this has also, there are two important developments in connection with the social media. Apart from that you have said that our youth, I mean not only youth, adults, elders, everyone are now into to very intense use of social media, intense consumers of social media. But at the same time, it has also developed a kind of digital activism. Our political activism has now been more shifted to digital activism. And on the other side, there is also this development of digital narcissism. So there are a number of other developments connected to this development of social media. And there is also now the idea of digital identity, that we attach our identity to our use of social media, that we become much more self-promoters, and that leads to sort of narcissist tendencies, much more narcissist tendencies, that we become much more self-centric, egocentric. So there are a whole web of complex issues coming up along with this development of social media and ICT communications and so on. Again, and we are also aware of the number of issues connected to use of social media, media addictions, and the mobile mania, and so on and so forth. I'm going into the details. I'm not going into the details of these, developments and these issues and problems. We know that there are lots of issues in the use of social media, like cyber hacking, or phishing, or smishing, or phishing, or obscene content, are shared in the media, malware, cyber stalking, or cyber bullying, crimes against women, violence against women, etc., on the increase because of the use of social media, women being abused, misused, and so on and so forth. So in short, the whole world of social media brings along a whole lot of complex issues and problems attached to it, and we need to study this. We need to study this. We need sociologists, to look into, examine these developments, and see what is happening to our society, particularly to the youth, to adults, and so on and so forth. So we need social media analysts. Now you know that in several, all these whether it be newspapers or TV channels, and so on and so forth, they also engage in this kind of investigations, examination, social analysis, and so on. And sociologists are required there. So we have, this also opens up avenue, a huge avenue of job opportunities and prospects as media analysts, social media analysts, analyzing the issues and effects of the use of social media and so on and so forth. Yes,
Exactly.
Dr.
Exactly.
Ashwati.
Exactly, sir. And apart from that, is there any job opportunities available in foreign countries as well, internationally? If sociologists are looking for job opportunities in other countries in connection with this social media analysts and all, I think we can see, if we are looking into this LinkedIn as well, we can see so many opportunities are coming. So even sociologists can apply for that also. Those who have
Yes, yes,
completed their
yes, very
master's.
much, very much. Because as I told you, no, there are lots of job openings also because of the, this development of social media. They need, people even to, as technologists. I mean, social analysts, and giving, the what the developments in the current scenario about the use of social media, about the users and the different ways of users, even in companies, getting an idea about the use of products, its advertisements, all these things, they require sociologists, sociological analysts, who would be able to give the companies different social media platform users, I mean, sorry, the agents, the agencies require up-to-date data regarding the use, the effects, and so on and so forth of social media.
Yes, thank you, sir. And now we are going to the another stream, that is the globalization. So, how does increased this interconnectedness through this globalization shape the diversity of social interactions within local communities? And how does this gig economy alter the traditional notions of job security and financial stability for workers in various sectors? Because we all know that this gig economy is very common nowadays in the postmodern society. So, how can we give a sociologist's perception regarding all these things?
Yes, Dr. Ashwati, you have now again opened up a very important domain, that is globalization and the gig economy, and that's related to gig economy and changes in whole connectivity, all network, between people, among people, different groups, between, global and the local, everyday lives of society, of humankind, all over the world. Globalization, we say, maybe in short, I would describe globalization as a phenomenon that keeps the world in motion. We are in motion, especially the world of economy and culture. It is in motion. It is completely diffused everywhere. It is not, now has become, it is dislocated from a particular locality, a particular place, a particular culture, and is being in wide circulation, in wide flow. It's a multivalent connectivity, both people and commodities, including, people's desires, images, dreams, ideologies. Everything is in motion. Everything is in circulation and removed from particular localities and flows across the world, across globe. And that's globalization. The market has come to our fingertips. It is a miraculous development. The market is on our fingertips, with the use of ICT, information communication technologies. We can reach out to market world at large, everywhere. So that has made we people, individuals, as consumers, and consumption has become the mode of behavior now, the primary mode of behavior. We have become, largely consumers, particularly people in India, the consumer culture, in terms of culture, in terms of dress codes, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of food, and also in terms of our imaginations. Even, there is this movement of culture, the influence of globalization. Everything has this imprint of globalization. We have become global citizens. beyond our national identity, national citizenship, and so on and so forth. We have become primarily, a kind of global citizens, affecting global economy, affecting local economy, the world of corporates, the world of MNCs, multinational corporations, the rule of these corporations, and that affects the local economy, and so on and so forth. The chronic capitalism, that is the so-called illegal alliance of the bureaucrats, the corporates, and the politicians, that we call that they now dominate the world of capitalism, the economic system, and so on, from there to informational capitalism. So the entire gamut of changes in economy, in finance, in commerce, in manufacture, in service industry, in communications, and so on and so forth. Because of this phenomenon of globalization.
Exactly.
Again, that the gig economy that you have referred to, has simply transformed the job sector, the job market altogether, made people's life very insecure, unsafe, emotionally, socially, financially. All these problems are, a part of human life, human anxieties and concerns, particularly the labor sector, the laborers. They become very unorganized. They are not able to organize themselves and demand for their rights or protection, and so on and so forth, because of the gig economy. The status of the laborers have mostly become contractual. They are contract laborers. They can be thrown out at any time. All these create problems every day on an everyday basis. And we need, again, the challenge to sociology and sociologists. We need sociologists. It throws lots of opportunity to sociologists as economic analysts, as cultural analysts, social analysts. Different agencies require at the international, national, local levels, to study these changes, these developments and its effects, the impact on society at large and society at the micro local levels. This is what now we understand. The more and more importance of the role of sociology and sociologists. Okay.
Exactly, sir. Thank you so much. And now we need to discuss about it is also having the connection with this globalization as well. To what extent do the surveillance technologies infringe upon individuals' privacy rights in public and private spaces? And how do its widespread use impact citizens' perceptions of autonomy and the balance between the security and personal liberties? These two things we have to discuss now, because this is also most important thing, that we can see that we all are under the surveillance system. So how it is affecting the
Regiment.
people.
This is another important, very, very important and a serious concern, area of serious concern. The question of
Yes.
surveillance. We are all under surveillance now, under gaze. What Foucault calls, that surveillance, that we are under fear and threat and surveillance, in a kind of panoptician view that Foucault calls. Always under gaze, particularly for it monetizes humans' everyday experience. It takes away our privacy, including our very basic fundamental data, are being, always looked at are under the custody of certain international or other agencies, corporations, these technology agencies, platforms, and so on. So, we have it looks like we have no privacy. And our data, including the very mobile numbers, are being used for monetary purposes. It's an invasion of privacy. And thus, our life becomes much more risk-ridden. At any time, our personal information, our biometric, signs, etc., can be used for, various other purposes. Particularly, maybe it can be misused if it is particularly for women, and financial misuse, and lots and lots of abuses and misuses take place because of this surveillance. And now we have, there is also a concept called surveillance capitalism, a capitalism that thrives on surveillance. That is the development from, the conventional capitalism that Marx talked about to informational capitalism. That information has become the center of capitalist, operations, commercial operations, and from there now it is shifted to surveillance capitalism, that we are being surveyed, under gaze in order to make money and other, to serve their other commercial purposes, interests. Again, we the sociologists have a serious role, responsibility in studying these issues and phenomena. As technological impact analysts, you understand that we need to explain this phenomenon, to understand this phenomenon, and bring these issues to the notice of the policymakers, of the government, and so on and so forth, to make certain regulatory measures, policy measures in this direction. Okay, I stop here
Exactly.
because we are running short of time, I think.
Yes, yes, exactly, sir. Only 10 more minutes remaining. So within that, we need to complete all the
Yeah.
things. So the next one is, how do this changing demographics challenge traditional models of family care and intergenerational support, and what adaptations are needed in social structures to address these shifts? That is the most important question. So, in connection with that, what are the implications of changing demographics on public policies related to the healthcare, retirement, and social welfare? And how can societies effectively respond to these demographic changes?
Yes, I think this is another important area, very, very important, significant area for, the students of sociology and the discipline of sociology. Only sociologists can delve into these, these issues and problems that are that have come up uh, mainly because of the demographic changes that we noticed today. The demographic transitions and changes. This has even, changed the total demographic structure, the composition of different categories of people. And we know that, particularly, I mean, in India, we find that the proportion, the rate of the elders, the aged people are on the rise. And similarly, on the youth also, the youth population, particularly the unemployed, underemployed youth who are educated but not able to find a job. These issues, these demographic changes and transitions bring a lot of problems to society, particularly the elderly, the aged, we call the empty syndrome, the isolations and the neglect of the elderly, the population of the youth who have to, leave the country, leave their states and country and so on for jobs at two levels, both the educated and the so-called uneducated, the unfortunate uneducated lot. All these people, have to move either to urban centers or to even to the outside country. And we know that there is now, a very, kind of movement, intense movement to outside country for in search of education, in search of jobs. These create problems to our society, particularly to the aged, the elderly. The
Yes.
gerontological studies have now become a very, a very prospective area, domain for the students of sociology. There are lots of gerontological agencies at the internationally, nationally, locally, and so on. And we need sociologists in all these institutions. We need sociologists to study this, the migration in search of job, in search of education, etc., to urban centers as well as to country outside countries. So all these require, and their problems, the diaspora as student community, as a community of job seekers, and so on everywhere, particularly to the Gulf and to the developed countries. We need sociologists to study their problems, the issues of the diaspora, and so on. So it's a huge area of job prospects and openings, because of these demographic challenges and changes. Okay.
Exactly. And this is also another one related to this migration, urbanization, and all. Because sir has already mentioned the same, so we can move on to the next one, that is related to the environment. To what extent do this environmental injustice disproportionately affect the marginalized communities, and how are the social justice movements advocating for equitable solution to environmental crisis? This is also one of the most important challenge that we are facing now, and so many job opportunities will be there for the sociologists in this area. So sir, could you please explain something in brief
Yes, yes.
related?
Now, the question of development, the whole arena of development that we call the modern developmental process is known as developmentalism, wherein, we tend to, regardless of the sustainability, the preservation of our society, our environment, ecology, and so on, we go for, development at any cost. Development, at the cost of particularly the marginalized and the ordinary people. We have several developmental projects. So now, from developmentalism to informationalism, development centered on, the ICT, information communication technology, and informationalism, and so on, have radically, sort of created problems to the environment, to ecology, and it has thrown, unimaginable challenges to our future generation, to sustainable development, and the diversity of human race, and so on and so forth. The marginalized people, the marginalized section, particularly the Adivasis and Dalits, are under threat. They're under threat, especially, because of certain mega developmental projects. In this context, we need developmental analysts, and lots of international national agencies are seeking for sociologists who are able to take cognizance of these developments, particularly with the question of environmental injustices, environmental issues. And we need, that we have, in methodology, PRA, participatory rural appraisal. We need competent students in sociology to, to take note of these things, to study society and effects on rural communities, ordinary people, Dalits, tribals, Adivasis, etc. This method of, even UN and such international agencies are insisting on specialists who are, who have this, our particular methodology called PRA, participatory rural appraisal, in studying rural societies and village communities, and so on. So again, we understand that, the importance of sociology, studying sociology, and gathering skills and competency in building knowledge, about these issues in environment, development, and so on and so forth. Okay.
Exactly, sir. We have already conducted one short-term course on the social and environmental impact assessment. On that day, also we
Mm,
got your eminent
I remember.
thoughts related to this participatory rural appraisal.
Correct,
And at
correct,
that
correct.
time, so many participants who got various different sort of ideas related to the importance of this participatory rural appraisal and how can we utilize the same and what are the job opportunities. So many things we have already discussed
Yes,
there
yes,
as
I
well.
remember, and I was also one of the
Exactly.
speakers. And
Exactly. So
we are on great demand. These
yes,
PRS specialists are on great demand by international developmental agencies.
exactly.
Yeah, yes,
Exactly, sir. So now we need to discuss about the social interventions from the side of the sociology. So we can connect the same with the career opportunities for the sociologists. In what way we can do some social intervention for the
that's right.
betterment of the society? Yeah,
See, the discipline of sociology is basically the science of society. We go into the DNA of the social complications, the complexities, as you have very well put, now to navigate the complexities of our present day society, the present day age. So we need to take, the sociologists are called to take a praxis approach, in the sense, that we reflect upon the society. That is our business of doing sociology in terms of sociological imagination, trying to study the complexities, the complexities and the developments and the changes, shifts, etc., that is happening in contemporary societies, that is in terms of study, a kind of, reflective analysis, understanding of society. And from there, we also have responsibility to orient the society, orient the agencies, orient the policy makers and decision makers to action, to follow action in addressing these challenges. So this is our responsibility, a praxis, a mission of being a praxis, educationist, namely like reflection or contemplation, that is analysis and action, leading to action, and that which should pave way for policy decisions, regulatory measures, and so on and so forth by the stakeholders concerned. You understand, particularly the policy making agencies and also the government, the state government and the central government, and so on. So we have a huge responsibility of offering inputs, offering knowledge for social transformation and change. Okay.
Please, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you so
I think
much.
we are on time.
If any kind of queries are there, so we'll be giving more insights regarding that. Based on the queries from the side of the students, so we'll be able to give more insights regarding that. So now I'm stop sharing this PPT.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aswati and Dr. Anthony. And now I would request to the admission omni, Mr. Saeed, to be on the screen. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge with us. And it's a great, experience for us and to understand the, different aspects. So I will come to the points like, you have seen that a lot of information regarding, the sociology and different areas. Now we can get to know about, university, LPU, lovely professional university, what we provide for our students, what is our achievements and all these things. And along with that, we can check about the admission procedures, how you can get into the university and what is the eligibility criteria and scholarship what we provide to the candidates. All these things you can understand over here, right? So the first thing we can check about the accreditations. Accreditations, what are the accreditations university have? That the first thing. And university is a NAC A++ university, and it's in the first cycle itself we got a rank of score of 3.68 out of 4 scale. So this is among all the private and government universities. We are in the top rank A++ university. And we do have other accreditations like ACBSP for the management, and we do have National Council for Teachers Education approval, and we do have PCI, Pharmacy Council India approval, and the Council of Architecture, COA, and Bar Council approvals also. And we do have other approvals also, relevant council approval, accredited programs. Then we do have ICT for the open distance learning and online programs also. And a university is the member of different councils like, the Association of Indian Universities and International Association of Universities and Institute of International Education also, and as well as the Indian Institute of Engineers also. So along with that, I would like to share some rankings of university. And we are into the URI rankings, where in the first attempt itself, we got a second rank. And you can see that university got a global band of 101 to 200. And you can see the universities like MIT, Harvard, and Oxford, and Cambridge universities, like the Ivy League universities, participated in these university rankings. And in the Atal ranking of institution and innovation achievements, we got a third ranking recently. And it's among all the private and government universities in India. And other than these rankings and accreditation, we promote our students in their extracurricular activities also. This is one of the examples for that. And the recent 37th National Inter-University Youth Festival, our students, which means our kids, got the champions title. So we won the trophy over there. And this heroes of our nations, those who won Olympics medal for our nation, those who created the history. So you can see their pictures. They are the students of our university. They won gold and they won silver and they won bronze medals also for our nation in the last Olympics. And same thing, the last Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Sports Trophy, we won the trophy also. So this is also one of the biggest achievement for our kids, those who are studying in the university. And last 19th Asian game, our students participated in the Asian Games, different games, and they won the medals also. And one of the famous person, Neeraj Chopra, you know him, and other than Neeraj Chopra, different students, those who participated in the event, and they won the medal also. And other than these rankings and accreditation, I would like to share one more thing with you. University brings up a lot of expertise to the university, and you can interact with them, and you can have a you can exchange their knowledge with them, and you can understand how they become successful in their life. It's not only about Dalai Lama. You can see Dalai Lama over here, but other than that, you can interact with a lot of expertise from the your particular area also. So this is Hamid Karzai, the previous Afghan president, and Arun Jaitley. Then this is Shah Rukh Khan, MS Dhoni, and different other celebrities. They visited the campus. So what will happen is you can interact with them. You can understand how they become successful in their life. You can get a good positive things from their experience also. And I would like to share the infrastructure details over here. So this is our university's auditorium where we can accommodate 2000 plus students. And this is a Mac lab. And this is our, world global standard library. And this is a Unimall. It's a shopping mall inside the campus. So students can get all the things inside the campus, whatever they required, everything they will be available inside the campus. So the gym facilities, gaming areas, and we do have own hospital inside the campus. So all the basic necessary, treatments will be, done inside the campus itself. And we are equipped with clean energy. So you can see the solar energy panels all over the, buildings inside the campus. So we are equipped with solar energy also. This is one of the beautiful picture of the campus. This is a night view of the campus. And one more thing I would like to add you over here, we do have a wonderful indoor stadium where students can utilize, this facilities, and they can participate for their particular events also. So I would like to share the pictures over here. And we do have shooting range, and we do have a international standard swimming pool also. So like if those who are interested for this kind of events, they can utilize these kind of facilities also. So now we can go for live. I will share the information how to apply for the admissions, eligibility criteria, and all these things from the university website. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, the screen is visible. You can continue.
Yeah, thank you. See, you can visit our university website, that lpu.in. So once you go to the website, that is lpu.in, this is the first landing page over here. Then you can see the programs after 12th and programs after graduation also. So in sociology, we have undergraduate and postgraduate program also. So we click on the postgraduate programs, and you can see the domains over here, different streams and domains over here. So we can click on sociology, and under sociology, we have MA sociology as well as MSW also. So if we click on the respective programs, you can see apply now button on the top. You can provide your basic information and you can go for the application also. Over there, you can apply for the LPUNist entrance examination that will help you for your scholarship as well as your eligibility also based on the programs. So once you submit over there, you can complete your process and you can go for the entrance examination, maybe for the remotely proctored model examination, where you can attend your examination from your home itself, or else you can go for your entrance test nearby your city. And when we go for the program's details, you can see the eligibility criteria. What is the eligibility criteria based on the discipline? And here it's 50% marks in any discipline for the sociology. And you can see the different rankings for university and different publications and the achievements of our students. And you can get the sample question paper and syllabus for your entrance examination. And you can see the test cities available near to you. And other things, the foundation course we provide for our kids and specializations and industry interface, as well as the study abroad options also you can get to know from here. The other parts are the fees. So here you can see the basic fees and the scholarships also, how much we provide the scholarship for the students based on the current, fees, scholarships you can see over here. So the first one will be the basic fees, then scholarship, you can get how much scholarship you can get it, that you can understand from here based on different categories. And we do provide for the scholarship for the students based on different criteria. First one is based on their previous qualification. And second one is based on the LPNS entrance examination performance. And other one is based on the CUET also. And other than that, we do provide scholarship for the students, those who are having special scholarship based on the innovation and startup and entrepreneurship based scholarship, and scholarships based on the sports and cultural activities and research and development and co-curricular and the social service and bravery awards also. And we do provide financial aids for our students, those who are eligible. And these are some informations. Other than that, I would like to explain one more time regarding how to apply. The first one, you can log into the website and you can sign up and you can start your application with your basic information and you can apply for the scholarships also. And the final step will be book for the examination slot and appear the entrance examination. So this will be the procedures, and you can get an apply now option over here also. So you can go for the remaining procedures. So this from my side. If you have any doubts, you can ask the queries. And I would like to add a final point also over here. We do provide, hostel facilities for the students, those who are coming from different parts of India. That's also world-class facility we provide with the different seaters and apartments also. And each and everything is available inside the campus, like, the food facility and hospital facility. And we ensure with the safety and security also. You can say it's a ragging-free campus also. So thank you so much for this opportunity. If you have any kind of concerns or queries, you can ask us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saeed. As I can see, there are some questions from a participant. Can we take questions, Dr. Aswati and Dr. Anthony? Can we take questions, sir and ma'am?
Yes, please.
Thanks for giving me a chance to address your questions. And now let's start with the first question. Someone is asking here, how does a modern society complexities affect individual identity formation according to sociological theories?
Individual what formation?
I'm repeating the question. How does modern society complexities affect individual identify formation according to sociological theories?
Identity formation.
Yes.
Formation, I suppose. Yes. Identity formation. Oh, is a very good question. I talked to you about. See, we have theories. Regarding the formation, the construction of identities. And individuals, particularly in contemporary society, in modern society, are vested with multiple identities. Our primary identities, of course, that in terms of our gender, in terms of our nationhood, in terms of our statehood, and religion, perhaps for some people, caste for some others. These are all our primary basic identities, that define us, define individuals. And now these identities also will shift, in terms of its primacy, in terms of shifting identities in the sense. For example, I have been talking about consumer culture, consumption behavior, etc. So now certain people tend to attach their identities in terms of the things that they consume, and the consumption becomes an important mode of behavior, defining their identities. So construction of identities in terms of consumption behavior, consumer culture, Another identity formation these days take place in the on the realm of digital, the digital world, the virtual, that people tend to attach more and more identity in terms of their virtual representations, media representation, social media representation. I talked to you about the narcissist tendencies that are that now people tend to become more and more vulnerable to, that they'll develop a love for their self, their body, and their presentation of their self in the virtual world. So the question of identity has become a very serious issue that the present day society is concerned with. And we have the theoretical, particularly in terms of feminist identity, in terms of class, caste, gender, nation, and so on. There are different theories in sociology in understanding, these different forms of identity, different ways in which identities are constructed. The most important thing that we need to understand here is identities are a construct. Identities are constructed, and therefore it can undergo deconstruction and reconstruction and so on and so forth.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anthony. Mr. Saeed, Gurpreet is asking here how LPU is better option than other universities in India. Unmute yourself first, Mr. Saeed.
Sorry.
No
Okay.
problem. No problem.
See, basically, a student looks for the, few points, like when you're going for an institutions, like, first one with the rankings and accreditations and the placement assistance and the good faculty pools, the faculty quality and infrastructure and good alumni network. And, the all these aspects, if you're looking for these things, university stands, from other universities. We do provide with all the, all the necessary things, not only with rankings, all these informations. When you look for an institution, we have to check about all these aspects. So if you are looking for these things, yes, LPU will be the one of the best option for you if you compare with other universities.
And the residential facilities also.
Exactly, residential facility, which I mentioned. And I mentioned one more point, it's ragging-free campus.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, LPU is the best.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I hope all the participants got the answers from our expert. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding your admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.